Hi there, welcome to Nonsense Whisky. My name's VinPF, and on today's episode we've got another ALDI whisky. Now I know what you're thinking, we've only just done an ALDI whisky, and for sure that is true. Now the one I did last week was for a standard release bourbon, the Clark's 1866, which is available all year round. Now this thing is a special Christmas release, so I thought I'd put this out straight away because there's going to be a lot of people out there, especially in the UK. I don't know if you can get this in Europe and whatnot, I think you can. But there's going to be a lot of people that are interested to know if this is really worth it or not. So here's my take on that information. So, ALDI Irish Whisky. This is what you're looking at here. It's a 12-year-old whisky this year. Last year it was a 26-year-old whisky. I forget the price of that thing, but it was reasonable value, I found. I didn't actually do a review on it, but there are some reviews out there. Whiskey Jason did one, so you can go and check him out. But this one here is 12-year. But really, that's all we know. That's all we know. The label, although fancy and interesting, kind of doesn't really give us anything. Single malt Irish whiskey, sure. 12-year-old, sure. Cask type, oak casks. Thanks for that. Age 12 years. Yep, got that. And approved by someone called J. Arnold. Not a clue who that guy is. But, interesting. Produced in Ireland, bottled in Scotland. Sure, why not? But that's really all the information you get from this thing. You aren't going to find out who actually distills this unless you have actual insider information. If you just search the internet, you're not going to find that information. But it's a reasonably priced whiskey. It's £25, which, maybe 3 or 4 years ago might have sounded like a lot of money. But as the market's changing, for instance, referring to some notes, you've got Napo Castle, which is a 12-year-old whiskey, and that's £45. The double in a 10-year-old is £50. The Quiet Man 12-year is £60 and the Bushmills 10-year is £30. So they're pricing it correctly, really. The only thing that we don't have is a distillery's name plastered all over the bottle. Maybe that's for the best. Technically, I suppose you could call this independent bottling, right? Anyway, that's enough kind of gassing on about the whiskey. What you really want to know is it worth the 25 smackers? Let's have a go on the nose and see what we've got. Now, it's a very light and inviting nose. For me, it's fairly typical of a lot of kind of standard release Irish whiskies. It's going to be triple distilled, all of that stuff. So, naturally, very light in kind of character. Lots of vanilla in there. Some honey notes. Maybe even a dash of kind of citrusy, lemony vibes in there as well. It's quite a nice nose. It's quite, like I said, very inviting. Let's have a go on the palate. Okay. It's got a lot more to it on the palate than it has on the nose. It's very spice forward. And that spice kind of mutates into like a star anise, like aniseedy kind of back end of that. More of the stuff you got on the nose, sort of like the vanillas, the bitter touch of lemon, the honey. All things like that. Like it's one of those ones that, although it's got that high impact of spice that you don't get on the nose, really the rest of it translates quite neatly. And actually, the finish is quite surprisingly long as well. I'd say about medium-ish. Nice back end of the kind of spices that you're getting off the tongue. Like, most of the kind of honey and all that lot disappears pretty quickly, but this really like nice warming spiciness stays around. So for me, actually, thumbs up. It's a 40%er. It's 25 quid. It's a kind of exactly what the channel is about, really, isn't it? It's that kind of no nonsense whiskey, and that's exactly it. It's an enjoyable whiskey. You're not going to feel too bad about like getting this finished over Christmas time. I don't think it's one of those whiskies where you're going to want to stockpile. You're not going to want out and get just like 20 bottles of it. Share the love, let everyone else have it. I actually couldn't believe this was in my ALDI store. That's why I picked it up, because usually those things disappear so quickly I can't even get hold of them. They did also have the 25-year Glenmarnock there for £40, but I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, I've tried it, it's okay, but I've then got to buy a £40 bottle of whiskey that I can't really recommend that well and have it just sitting around, whereas this is quite cheap for the channel. And I don't mind drinking it, and I'll share it with people and let them know it's any good. There you go. I think definitely if you've got a store near you, it's worth checking out. Do let me know what you think in the comments below if you have tried it, especially if you've tried the Glenmarnock 25 as well, what you thought about it this year. Let me know. I'm not going to cover it, but still, people might want to know what you think.